If you're a man over 35, I would bet money that you've seen the ads by now. If you're tired all the time, if you've got brain fog, or if your libido is not what it used to be, or maybe you're just struggling to keep muscle no matter how hard you train, you've probably seen these ads for your testosterone. And there's a clinic ready to fix it with a really quick online quiz and a prescription. But here's the thing, for some men, that's actually true. And TRT, testosterone replacement therapy, can be life changing. But the testosterone industry has exploded so fast and so aggressively that it's worth asking how much of this is actually medicine and how much of it is just marketing aimed at men who are just tired, stressed out, and out of shape. I'm Coach Chris from The Catalyst in Sault Ste. Marie. This is The Catalyst. Let's talk about testosterone, what it actually does, what TRT can and can't fix, and what the evidence says you should try first. So first, why TRT is suddenly everywhere? Let's start with the scale of this because it's really remarkable. Testosterone prescriptions in the States jumped from 7.3 million in 2019 to over 11 million by 2024. It's not a niche treatment anymore. It's a mainstream industry, and it's grown almost entirely through online clinics with names like Hone Health, Fountain TRT, Defy Medical, and a dozen others that are competing for the same customer. Part of this growth is legitimate. Testosterone does decline with age, starting in a man's mid 30s, dropping at roughly 1.6% per year. For some men, that decline becomes clinically significant and genuinely affects their quality of life. That's a real condition called hypogonadism, and treating it can meaningfully help. But here's what's changed, and it's the part worth paying attention to. The diagnostic bar has shifted. For decades, a low T diagnosis, low testosterone, required a specific numerical range in a lab, generally 300 to 1,000 nanograms per deciliter. But increasingly, clinics are emphasizing symptoms over that hard number, that measurement. If you're tired, if you're foggy, if you've got low sex drive, if you're struggling in the gym, those symptoms alone are now enough for some providers to write a prescription, even without a clear medical cause for the low testosterone or even a measurement in the first place. The problem with that approach is obvious if you think about it for 10 seconds. If you're tired, you're foggy, you've got low drive, and you're struggling in the gym, you're just about like everybody else in his 40s who's overworked, overstressed, and tired. It also describes somebody who's 20 pounds overweight, sleeping 5 hours a night, eating crap, or hasn't lifted a heavy weight in 3 years. Symptom-based marketing is incredibly effective because the symptoms are universal. We all feel that way sometimes. And if that commercial hits us at 8 o'clock at night, when we've had our heavy meal, we're tired from the day, we're worried about tomorrow, we feel like they're talking just to us. But here's what the research actually says about testosterone replacement therapy. And I want to be fair here because TRT is not snake oil. There's real clinical evidence behind it for the right person. For men with genuinely low testosterone, TRT can improve insulin sensitivity and modestly reduce blood sugar levels. One trial even found that a third of men achieved diabetes remission after about 9 years of treatment combined with medication. It increases muscle mass and it increases bone density, with some studies showing spinal bone strength gains of nearly 11% in men over 65. That's meaningful, especially if you're at risk of a bone fracture or you have a family history of osteoporosis or osteopenia. But there are real trade-offs here, and they don't get nearly any kind of airtime in the advertising. Of course, TRT increases red blood cell production, which can thicken your blood and slightly raise the risk of clots. The Traverse study, the largest and most rigorous trial on testosterone safety ever conducted, following over 5,200 men, they found a small but measurable increase in blood pressure in men using a testosterone gel. That was significant enough that the FDA mandated new safety labeling on testosterone products in February 2025. The relationship between TRT and heart attack or stroke risk has historically been a concern, and while more recent long-term data is reassuring, the full picture isn't completely settled yet. There's also a less discussed practical issue. TRT can suppress your body's own natural testosterone production long-term. Long-term use sometimes means that you become dependent on this gel forever because your body stops making its own. Now, none of this means that TRT is bad. It means it's a real medical intervention with real risks and benefits, which is exactly why it should involve blood work, a clear diagnosis, and ongoing physician monitoring. not a 10-minute online quiz and a credit card. Here's what almost never gets mentioned in a TRT ad. Lifestyle factors move your testosterone levels up significantly. And for a lot of men, they close the gap completely or almost all the way before medication is ever necessary. Body fat is the biggest lever. Fat tissue converts testosterone into estrogen through an enzymatic process. The more excess body fat you're carrying, especially around your midsection, the more of your testosterone gets converted away into estrogen. Research consistently shows that obese men have testosterone levels about 30% lower than men at a healthy weight. The ads would have you believe that the reason that you're fat is because you have low testosterone. The reality is that you have low testosterone because you're carrying belly fat. Losing weight through diet and exercise has been shown in a lot of research to raise testosterone production by up to 30%. That's not a small effect. That's potentially the entire low T diagnosis solved without any prescription. Lose the belly fat first. Next, resistance training has a direct and measurable effect on your testosterone. Compound lifts that recruits large muscle groups like squats, deadlifts, bench presses, overhead pressing, they produce the strongest hormonal response of any training style. This isn't really about one workout spiking your testosterone for an hour. It's about what consistent strength training does to your body composition over months. More muscle, less fat, a meaningfully different hormonal system in your body. Third, sleep might be the most underrated variable. Researchers at the University of Chicago restricted young, healthy men to 5 hours of sleep a night for 1 week. Their testosterone levels dropped 10 to 15%. And these are young, healthy men. And this is just 7 days. Most of your daily testosterone release happens while you're asleep. If you're consistently getting 5 or only 6 hours of sleep a night, you're very likely manufacturing low testosterone symptoms, regardless of what your lab work actually shows. And fourth, chronic stress works against you here too. Elevated cortisol levels directly suppresses testosterone production. This is the same mechanism that we talked about in our episode about stress and weight gain. It's not a coincidence that the same hormone that's wrecking your waistline is also suppressing your testosterone levels. You put those 4 things together, overweight, not exercising, especially not lifting weights, not sleeping well, and stress, and you've addressed almost everything an online TRT clinic is selling you a prescription for without a single injection. So why don't we just do it? Why don't we sleep 8 hours a night, get up, lift weights, de-stress? Because that's hard. And solving the problem with a credit card, even if you can't afford it, seems easy, but it's not. And long-term, it's causing you far more harm than good most of the time. So there's 3 things that you can do based on what the evidence actually supports. Number 1, fix the fundamentals before you fix the hormones. Lift weights 2 to 3 times a week with real compound lifts, bench press, squats, deadlifts. Get your sleep to 7 hours minimum consistently. Work on your body composition. Give up the sugar, lose some body fat. And if you're carrying excess weight, and give this 3 months before you assume a prescription is the answer. Second, if after you're doing those things, you genuinely think that you might have a low testosterone number, get real blood work from a real doctor. Not a 10-minute online quiz, but a proper diagnosis means a morning blood draw, a clear numerical threshold, and a physician who will monitor you over time, not a subscription business model that keeps you paying month after month and making the problem worse and worse to the point where you can't ever stop taking it. Third, be skeptical of any clinic that diagnoses you off of your symptoms. Fatigue, brain fog, low sex drive, these are real, but they have dozens of probable causes. They come and go on a daily basis for everybody. And a lot of the causes have nothing to do with testosterone. If any service skips the lab work or it treats vague symptoms as sufficient for a prescription, that's a business model, not medicine. TRT is a legitimate treatment for a legitimate medical condition, but the industry marketing it has exploded by targeting symptoms that describe almost every tired, stressed out, out of shape man in his 40s. Before reaching for a credit card, the evidence says fix your sleep, lift some weights, lose some belly fat, and de-stress a little bit. And for a lot of men, that fixes the problem entirely. There are a lot of men my age, 50, who actually feel like they're in their early to mid 30s when their exercise is going well, when they're not eating a lot of sugar, and when they're actually de-stressing from work. So if you're a man who's feeling foggy, like the ads describe, or tired or stressed, or you're losing muscle no matter what you do, book an online consult and come and talk to us first. Our coaches can help you fix the fundamentals first: sleep, training, body composition. Book your free no sweat intro at catalystgym.com today.